and they expect us to be their beta testers. Over.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. I don't know the development time for when the new 101D or MP came out, or the FTDX10. I'm not sure how long in development that was. Again, it is what it is. That's why they provide a warranty. They were very upfront about it. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but it doesn't do any good to get upset about it. I mean, it is what it is, and I did learn a long time ago, Mark, in ham radio, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So, luckily we've got the backup rig. We do like this radio. We do miss 2 features that the other one has, and one's the external monitor feature, and we do like the digital noise reduction that's actually adjustable. I think if this radio had it, it'd be a home run. I don't need a 7610 because I don't use 2 receivers. I know that has the external monitor port for it. But, again, all in all, we make things work. We're back on the air, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
Yeah, WRO. Yeah, well, no, I agree with you. I agree, and I'm not saying that Yaesu does not make some top-notch equipment, but, it does come at some expense. And, shipping the radios back and forth can become quite expensive, so. But, well, that's great, Randy. I just happened to stumble upon you again tonight, just tuning around, and I'm sure there's a lot of stations out there waiting to mark you. So it's very nice to speak to you again, and I have a funny feeling I'm going to be speaking to you again, and we'll talk about this some more. And because I do have several radios I need to get back to Yaesu, but I gotta tell you, the ones that the Yaesus that I have, like the FT900s, those are killer radios. They're bulletproof, and they're amazing. Some of the best mobile radios I've used. I've run FT900s mobile, and they make an amazing mobile radio. And the Earth station, you just can't beat it. It's an amazing radio. And of course, the 718. The only thing that even comes close to the 718, in my opinion, is Icon's 703, and even then you're not getting all the bands. You're not getting all the frequency coverage, but I really do love my Icon 703. But Randy, listen, I'll let you pick up some more people. My pleasure to speak to you again tonight, and I hope to work you again soon. So we'll say 7-3 for now. Whiskey Radio 1 Oscar.
Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in again tonight, and look forward to many more as well. Again, a little noise on the band, but no problems copying now 5-7 and 5 and 8 in my receive. So, hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe and be well as always. And feel free to stop by again anytime. I do enjoy it. We'll say 7-3 for now, and enjoy what's left of the evening and the weekend coming up. Whiskey Radio 1 Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Mark. 7-3s.
7-3. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. This is K0RWB QRZ. Any other stations? Come with the call, please. There's a Whiskey 3 station, I believe. Try it again. Was it a Whiskey Delta station, or was it Whiskey 3 station? WD3D. Okay, my apologies there. I do have some noise on my end, but we got you there this time. Thanks for giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy, and the QTH for 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead. Yeah, the call is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0 RWB, red, white, and blue.
Very good. Thank you so much. This is Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, I appreciate that, Eddie, and I did copy north. I think you said northwest Atlanta, probably up by Marietta, I would guess thereabouts. If the logger will do its thing, got you pulled up here on QRZ as well. So that kind of narrows it down. Oh, Kenshaw, yeah. Been up in that area before. Used to live in southern part of Georgia, and spent quite a little bit of time up in the Atlanta area. Back in the probably the mid 80s to early 90s, when the Braves were really, really good. So we spent a lot of time up there and really enjoyed it. Yeah, nice to hear you out there. You're just above my noise a little bit. You're about 5 and 5, 5 and 6 in my receive there. Go ahead.
SWR is about 1.5 now, so I'm glad that you can hear me, and that I am getting out. So here's how you know that 820 on QRZ, and I appreciate you coming back to me this evening.
Yeah, well, happy to do it, Eddie. It looks like first contact in my log anyway. And no, if I can hear them, I usually try to work them. I appreciate you helped me with the call there. But last go around, you were definitely a lot better copy. No problems. I'm glad we can do it. We try to be out here about 7 o'clock Central Time for a few hours. We're also live streaming this on YouTube as well, Eddie. So if you're interested in listening to our Q and see how you sound on the air out of the mobile, you can go to my YouTube channel, just my call sign. You can go right to YouTube in the search bar, put in K0RWB, and you can give a look and a listen, and kind of see what kind of copy we got on you there, Roger. Yeah, again, I certainly did enjoy it, and by all means, if you hear us out again, give us a call. We try to set some time aside throughout the evening for QRP portables and mobiles. We try to have a chance to work those stations if they're out there. So by all means, if you hear us again, give us a call. We'll try to pick you up and kind of see what's going on there. But we've had a pretty good pipeline here the last couple of weeks into Georgia, especially up in your area. So I have no doubt we'll have another QSO as well. I'll say 7-3s tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and by all means, look for us again. Whiskey Delta 3 Delta, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s. Okay, we'll go ahead and clear with Eddie. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations come with your call, please?
Kilo Bravo 8, Whiskey Echo Tango.
I got a Kilo Bravo 8. Give me the rest, if you would, please.
Whiskey Echo Tango.
Okay, got it that time. Kilo Delta 8, Whiskey Echo Tango. Bill, good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Bill, my name's Tim. Tango, India, Michael.
My apologies. I guess I just typed it in there wrong. Well, let's see. At least I can get one of them right. My name is Randy. I got that one right. And the QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You've got a beautiful copy on you here in Columbus, Ohio. And the call again, maybe you didn't get the call right. Kilo Bravo 8 Whiskey Echo Tango. ABHWET.
Well, I did put it in there right, Tim. For some reason, the other word came out, and I do apologize for that. I just don't know what got into me.
It's the weather, my friend. It's the weather.
Well, I guess we got to blame it on something. I guess we'll go ahead and use that one. I appreciate that. I'll put it this way: it wasn't intentional, that's for sure. There, go ahead.
Well, I tell you, when you get my age, a whole lot of your attitudes change. Let me tell you, a whole lot of them.
I can understand that. QRZ shows Grove City. Is that about right?
Yeah, it's right on the edge of Grove City and Columbus. My fence line is one half of it's Grove City, the other half Columbus.
Oh, okay, fine business. Well, it's first contact into Ohio tonight. We've just finished with Georgia and had Massachusetts. So it seems like the band is fairly open again tonight. We were doing this last night as well for a few hours, and boy, we went from one part of the country to the other and a little bit in between. So nice to see that 40 meters is open there. Go ahead.
I just went outside. This is kind of tricky, you see. I just finished doing my first contact, putting up a new antenna out there, and I set my receiver. I think doubled. I don't know how's the transmitter sound.
Well, I tell you, your audio sounds fine to me. Your signal is between 5.8 and 5.9, so we're not that far apart. But you're doing really good in my receive.
Well, that's for a mobile radio on a battery with about, I suppose it's 80 watts.
Yeah, I feel that same way. I usually run about 95. I like to keep 5 watts in reserve for the bust of the pileups.
Well, let me tell you something. My meter won't go no higher. You 100%.
Well, okay. Well, that sounds good as well. Well, that's usually what we do. Now, tonight's a little different. We're running a 40-meter dipole off the side of our tower, and I think we're averaging around 750 watts.
Well, I was going to say something's not right because you're way too strong just to be 80 watts. I mean, that audio is just perfect. And I've been around a long time. I knew you had a little heater in there.
Well, I appreciate that. I can't take any credit for it. I had a little help getting things dialed in, and when I bought the radio, I asked a good suggestion for a microphone, and this is one of the 7300s, like everybody else that seems to have one. And we have it paired with the Heil ICM microphone. Seems to work pretty well. Again, we like to have the antenna do most of the work. I like to think that's the case. But these other pieces of equipment are in a support role, but I'd like to think everything's got itself dialed in pretty good there. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think you'd want any better signal than you got. You sound like a live broadcast studio. I mean, it don't get no better than what you got right now. I tell you, beautiful signal here.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, Tim. I know there's a little bit of noise on the band. I'd like to think that the setup is 50-50, 50% receive and transmit. Hate to be an alligator base, all mouth and no ears. But I generally, if I hear them, I can work them. So it's just the idea of trying to hear them. We do a live stream here in the evenings as well, Tim. So that's what we're doing now. We're actually live on YouTube, and it also records. Just another dimension of amateur radio that we've done here for the last several months. Having a lot of fun with it. We don't get that much of an opportunity a lot of times to hear ourselves on the air, not through headphones or second receiver, but actually what it sounds like on the air. So we started doing this several months ago, and it's really interesting when you listen to the playbacks how either good you sound or how bad you sound. And I sounded terrible in the beginning. So we started making a little change here and there and got it to where I would listen to it and I go, yeah, that sounds like me. Again, nobody knows your voice as good as you do, Tim. So, again, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. If you're interested in listening, to our cues on the playback, it's on YouTube. You can go right to YouTube in that search bar and type in my call. Or I have a link on my QRZ page. You can click on the link, does the same thing for you. But it is kind of fun. You can have a look and a listen and listen to the QSO there, Roger.
Okay, that would be interesting. Let me have your phone. I didn't get it the first time.
Yeah, no problem. It's kilowatt 0 RWB, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, or red, white, and blue, K0 RWB. Again, one of two ways, the QRZ page or go to YouTube. It's kind of a fun thing. Again, it's interesting to see how we actually do sound on the air. On our display, it gives you a signal report. There's an audio scope. There's an audio spectrum. You can kind of see where your voice inflections are at. If you've got those 3 peaks, 2 valleys with a little bit of mids and lows and highs and so forth, and we provide that on there. The only downside is we've got a webcam that's pointed right at me, so you get to see my pretty face.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'm imagine you're all right. Sound like a younger fella. How old are you?
Would you believe 60?
I knew you was a youngster. I could tell. Boy, some of these questions I don't even need to ask.
Well, I have a feeling you probably got a head start, and that's okay. I'm taking it one day at a time. No, I had a friend of mine years ago tell me I had a face for radio, and it didn't really click until here just recently.
Oh boy, I didn't realize I was old till I hit 74.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Tim, it's a number. It's just kind of how you feel. Now, there are some days where I'm like, yeah, I feel that, and there's some days I'm like, there's just no way. I'd like to think the good ones outweigh the bad, but, you appreciate the good ones when you have a bad one.
All right. Well, I didn't catch the first name either. You'll give me that. I'll write that down here, too.
Yeah, sure, problem. The name here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee. And again, QTH, we're about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, right on the Interstate 70 corridor. And we do this in the evenings, about 7 o'clock Central for a few hours, and with the time that we've got allowed. And we make contacts, have some fun, exchange information. People have some great stories. We've certainly had a great time. I mean, some of the greatest people in ham radio are here on 40 meters, and we just really enjoy making those contacts. Roger?
Well, Roger on that, Randy. All right, I'll let you make a few more contacts. I want to try this antenna out on a few other bands and see how it handles the other bands. The wire's supposed to be a GRV5 or V5RV, one of them things. But it seems to be hearing real well. I'm surprised how well. But it's probably your studio station. That's what's the difference. All right, Randy, thanks for the contact and the opportunity to speak with you this evening. Kilo Bravo 8 Whiskey Echo Tango. Clear now.
Well, thank you very much, Tim. Do appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to give us a call this evening. And look forward to hearing you again. Again, we try to be out here during the week, here in the evening, so if you're out and about, if you hear us, by all means, give us a call. We'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. But I do appreciate you taking the time this evening. You and yours, be safe and be well. Have a great what's left of the Thursday and a good weekend coming up as well. Kilo Bravo 8, Whiskey Echo Tango, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Tim, 7 trees. Okay, we'll be clear with Tim, K0RWB, QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Kilowatt Alpha 9, Victor Tango Lima.
Okay, Kilo Alpha 9, Victor Tango Lima. That sounds like Dennis again. Hey, how's it going, Dennis?
Hey, doing real good, real good. Just come in from the gardening thing and been outdoors. And, I just come in about 15-20 minutes ago. Jumped in there with the Bandhopper's net and been sitting here just running the amplifier, giving her a go around there. But so far, just still loving the amp. It was like I say, it was well worth the wait.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, I think you were about 10 over last night, and you're that same way again tonight. So, again, we seem to have a good little pipeline. Yeah, the nice thing about your audio, Dennis, you're just clear as a bell. A lot of times amplifiers can amplify, processing, compression, a mic, a hot mic or whatever, but it's not. You're just as nice and pleasant. Audio is just a really audible, really easy to listen to. So I'm glad that like you said, the wait was worth it and that you're enjoying it. It sounds like you are. And again, you sound really good in my receive.
Yeah, I was, of course, the temptation is out there. I guess ACOM's coming out with a 2 kilowatt amp, so it will lope along at legal limit. But, and it's solid state too, so really enjoying the solid state amp. It's so nice not having to do anything, but Yeah, you're right. Some solid state amps, I do kind of like. I've not heard an Ameritron sound clean. Normally, I prefer the audio of an amplifier with a ceramic tube. Out of all my experiments and builds, Terra 4-1000 on a homebrew is about the best audio I've ever gotten. And really, like, so impressed with these things. ACOM does a great job. That's all I can say. They do a fantastic job on their amplifiers, and they really they're clean. I mean, it's like that's what made me go with them. I've heard a lot of them out there, and the solid staters always sounded good. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I did a lot of research and looking around. Alpha makes a good amplifier as well. One thing I've noticed about ACOM, any of their amps are just built like a tank, and they have so many redundant safety features because they know sometimes we get in a hurry and we don't do this or we forget to do that or whatever, and so having those safety features, I mean, the tube for this one runs about $500, and I'm not looking forward to replacing one anytime soon. So again, we don't run it really hard, and I don't have the menu up right now what the temp is, but it usually runs around 140 to maybe 150, 152 degrees, somewhere around there, and not enough to hurt it. And that's like I said, it takes us less than 10 seconds to tune. We leave it alone; it does its own thing. And if it ever got into an issue, it would just shut down. So that's a nice thing that I like about them. I have not a lot of experience with amps. I have had a couple of Ameritron amps, and I had the Ten-Tech solid state and this one. And of course, I like both of the Ten-Tech and this amplifier. It's nice to have a kilowatt if you want it. I haven't had the need to use it yet. We like to have the antennas do most of the work, but it's nice to know it's there. But yeah, I've heard really good things, read really good reviews, and from personal experience, I do like the amp as well.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I did a lot of looking, and decided this would be the route to go. And actually, with the antenna that I want to put up, and as the retirement years go, I'm, it's getting the toys you always wanted, and I want two elements on 40 meters, and the two-element Yagi on 40s where one way or another, it's where I'm going. Whether I stay here or I move up to Montana closer to my daughters, it's like even up there, point the end of this towards this way, and I can talk to everybody I knew on the East Coast with no problem.
Yeah, I can too. It's called a telephone. But no, I digress. I know what you're saying. I've thought about that as well. We certainly have the real estate here to do that if we wanted to. We've got the tower for it as well. It's just a matter of the time to be on the air. If the time on the air would offset what the cost was, basically if we could get the use out of it, we'd probably go that way. But currently we're just not, and that's okay. 6 through 20, we run a hex beam, so that's it's a perfect world for me. This dipole here on 40 so far has done extremely well. I've no complaints. We seem to be able to get out okay. We've hit the East Coast, West Coast on a fairly regular basis. I have to attribute that to the band as well, though. But it is nice if you can direct your signal. But this works for right now, and who knows what will happen in the future.
I know what you mean. Right now, this dipole plays real good. I've got no complaints with play the DX with it. It's all about band conditions. I mean, that's half of it. And you get good band conditions, and you get a pipeline. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And again. I'm not sure if they're, I guess they are probably listening. Thank you, Kevin, for the heads up there. Got somebody on the live chat, Dennis, who says we were a little hot mic'd, so we had to kind of back it off a little bit. That's just going through the stream there. But, it's really nice that we've had, a couple of QSOs here last night and tonight, and you sound just as good or even stronger than last night. So again, the band seems to be really good open short, at least in my QTH. Get into Columbus, Ohio, we got into Michigan and Wisconsin, and again, that's one thing I do like about 40 meters is that I hate to bypass the states closest to us because there's some really great operators out here.
Oh yeah, I enjoy all band conditions. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's like local, long. You just more people to talk to. That's all. That's the way I see it, and so I always look forward to that. But yeah, it's been quite a good hobby. I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I started dumping a little money here the last couple of years into the station, and I don't know. Keep telling myself I don't need another radio, but I've already started. I'm kind of looking, and I would get another 7300, one for the house, one for a go rig, something I can operate portable. These things really don't mind. My ICOM 7000, that thing is a current-loving radio, and it pulls batteries down quick. But I've noticed this one, it's real complacent. So as far as being a current one, and so I have been thinking about operating on the back porch a little bit. I'm going to stick a vertical out here in the backyard, and might just leave the feed line run up to the back deck for summertime operation, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've run portable now on a couple of occasions. A couple of weeks ago, I think we were down in Table Rock Lake, southwest Missouri, and then over Memorial Day weekend running portable. And, yeah, the 7300 doesn't have a big draw to it. You'd think it would with that color display, but it really doesn't. A lot of times, we took 2 marine batteries, but a lot of times we'll take 3 deep cycle marine. One battery will run the radio, the laptop, and the wireless router that we have a inverter for, and then we'll run 2 marine batteries on the amplifier, on the 10-tech amplifier, which will operate off of 12 volt, to run those in series. So, you can really kind of get out and touch people if you want to. I mean, it's supposed to be portable. It'd be portable in the pickup truck. I don't think I want to carry it in anywhere or have maybe use a trailer, but you can certainly do that. But again, you can also get by pretty easy on a single battery and do pretty well with the 7300. And we're waiting for our other rig to come back, the FTDX10, and we're looking at purchasing another one. So this one will probably either sit on the shelf or what have you. We may just use it for other circumstances from time to time. Otherwise, once we have the second FTDX10, this one won't get much operating time there, Roger.
Yeah. What do you think about that FTDX10? It's been on the horizon also.
Oh, I loved it until it stopped giving me transmit power a week or so ago. Otherwise, it's a terrific radio. 2 things that I really like about it. I love the digital noise reduction, that is adjustable. I can filter out everything else but you, which is really, really nice. The receive does not seem to get overloaded. And I do like having that external monitor display. You wouldn't think so, but it's a really nice feature to have. All in all, I like the radio. I don't know if it was a software glitch. I wouldn't think the finals would go bad in 2.5 to 3 months. Again, I'm not really worried about it. It's why they offer a warranty. They were very straightforward about it on the phone, and we'll get it going. But it's nice to know that they'll stand behind their product. I think most of the manufacturers will. But, yeah, we really do like the rig. They all have pluses and minuses. I think overall, I like the FTDX10 a little bit better than this radio.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. It's like a lot of times you just got to go by user reports and what people have... problems or anything else they've had. I know I used to laugh, and a buddy of mine was always big on Yaesu, and I said I wouldn't buy one unless you got at least 6 months of free UPS shipping.
Well, it's funny you should say that because that's what they gave me. They sent me a FedEx label through email and printed it out, put it on the shipping box that the radio came in. So it went into the original box with all the original shipping material, and then the shipping box with all the original packing material, and then so that was nice of them to do that. Again, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't. I think it's the way you approach people. And so again, I'm not really overly concerned. They did say about a 20-day turnaround. Okay, fine. I don't care if it takes 30 days. Just make sure it's fixed and repaired right. Don't be in a hurry to get it shipped back out again, and then we have the issue again. So, we could go on and on and on, but I mean that's okay. Again, this is a really nice fallback. So, having a 7300 as a fallback is pretty nice to have there, Roger.
Oh yeah. I can't fault the radio. I enjoy it. Bang for the buck, you can't go wrong. And but I look at others, and so just go by other people's experience with the rigs, and then you make your mind up from there.
Yeah, again, I would do it again in a heartbeat. I was really waiting for that radio to come out. Heard some really good things about it. The Sherwood report had the 101 receiver number one on the list, and the FTDX10 shares that same receiver. So I've been told. I could be wrong, but so I've been told. So that just tells me a lot right there. Again, it could be something minor. I'm not really overly concerned with it. 2.5 years down the road, and we had an issue. I could probably see that. This has just got to be some kind of a software issue, or maybe the firmwares. I don't know. And it doesn't really matter at this point. They'll do what they have to. But again, we're here. We're on the air. We're making contacts. And that's really the main thing. And we're just having a great time with it. So we'll just keep on going, and when the other one shows up, we'll put it back in service and put this one back in Studio B, and off we go.
Hey, there you go. That's good. Well, I'd look at the 101, and but the price was prohibitive. I don't know. Of course, you're going to get bad chips, bad components, and so forth. Believe me, in the manufacturing business I am in, with the electronics we use in these ambulances, it's real easy to get a dud. Some things go out in the field, they go through all the quality checks and everything, and next thing you know, there's a phone call, and we're shipping modules out and stuff like this, because it's pretty hard, pretty salty to transport one of those things, and when it comes down to transporting an ambulance, it's like, it's not like a UPS label, but that's for DX Engineering. When the first amp I got was at the DOA, and they just sent me emailed me a UPS label, and got her back, checked her out, and well, you want your money back? And no, I want the amp. And so it was a wait, but it was well worth it. I've got no complaints. I'm really enjoying it. Just so the blower just kicked on. She just finally got up to 50 degrees centigrade. So that's mid operating range right there. And by the time you key up again, she's cooled back down into the low 40s. So no complaints there. Very, very well processed and protected, but the first one had a bad processor, and something went, and there's no guarantees, I'll tell you, with the electronics today there. Go ahead.
Yeah, we certainly know that. Again, it could be something minor, major, doesn't matter. The manufacturers always seem to stand behind their product, so no worries on my end. So, hey, Dennis, I'll let you go. We'll see if we can get a few more contacts yet this evening. But thank you again for another one tonight. Always nice to have a chance to talk with you. And again, I'm glad things worked out for you there with your amplifier. Sounds really good tonight. And give a look and a listen. Go back on the channel, listen to it. Sounds terrific. A couple of times bouncing really close to 20 over. So we got a nice little pile. I'm considering we're 464 miles by a straight line. That's a pretty short skip. So, hey, take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Always a pleasure, and look for you again as well. Kilo Alpha 9, Victor Tango Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Dennis, 73s.
73, Randy. Yeah, you've been constant 10 over 9 here, so no problem. No problem whatsoever. So chat at you later. You have a great one.
Okay, Dennis, take care. Hey, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations, come with your call, please.
Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha. Kevin's going to tell me how loud I am.
No, I just wanted to clear it up. You sounded great on the radio. Matter of fact, don't turn down your mic gain on your 7300. It's your YouTube that's clipping. Are you feeding it with ODBC or something like that? Maybe you can turn that down so you're not feeding YouTube as much.
Yeah, that's
a little bit, but not as bad. But don't mess with your mic gain on the 7300. You sound great, dude.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the OBS suite, and we've got it really dialed back, and we're still in the red. We've got it dialed back quite a bit, and that's probably what it's doing. We've got it set for about minus 15 dB, somewhere around there. But I do appreciate the heads up, though, because again, I don't know until I listen it later myself. I always thought maybe it was a little bit hot. I've never had this on the other rig. I actually had to run it just about full bore to make sure that stations coming in were as loud as me going out or vice versa. But I do appreciate the update. And by the way, nice to hear you tonight. You sound good again.
I'm trying to listen to you on the radio and on the YouTube channel. I think if you adjusted something, OBS setting, I think it's sounding a little bit better. I'm going to listen to your YouTube for a second here to see if you're still clipping, Roger.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. And like I said, I've tried to move it back. We didn't really do an adjustments on the radio. Again, this microphone is really super sensitive, and we're currently still about 8 inches away or so, but we move it back so we can get it working right.
Yeah, I think that's sounding better, Randy. I think you're back to normal on the YouTube channel. So I think whatever you did, I think you fixed it, Roger.
Well, that's good to know, Kevin, but I'm not really sure what's normal for me, but I know what you mean. But yeah, again, it's super sensitive. You know, the audio mixer that they have on the other radio, like I said, I'm all the way up against the bar as high as I can be, and even sometimes I'll adjust it a little bit more. But for some reason, this setup here, and I'm not sure it's just the input, the microphone, or just what, but we dialed it back even more that last time, so we're keeping the majority of the audio out of the red, so that should make it sound good on the air and through the live stream.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you sounded good on both accounts. So whatever you did, you backed off, or whatever you did, you're not clipping on YouTube anymore, and you still sound good on the radio. So with that, I'm gonna bid you adieu. I spent all night on the radio last night. I got involved in a rag chew, and I didn't get off the radio till almost 10 o'clock, and I actually forgot to eat dinner last night. So and I went to bed hungry. So I'm not doing that tonight, needless to say. So I'm going to wish you 73. You sound great, as always, and hopefully you'll get your DX10 back and soon and get back on the air. But, hey, that 7300 as a fallback is no slouch either. So you still sound like the Randy of old. You're the voice of Missouri. The voice of Kansas. I think you're in Kansas. I can't remember. You know, I'm trying to imitate Alex, and I'm not doing a very good job. So, 73, my friend. Take care, Randy. K9KRA.
Well, you know, I really did like you for quite a while until you said Kansas. Boy, that kind of, you just kind of cut me in the quick there real quick. No, we're on the right side. We're on the Missouri side. But that's okay. I know what you meant. That's okay, though. Hey, it's always a pleasure. I do appreciate the heads up. I don't want to have people later on say, "Oh yeah, you weren't sounding good," da 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 da, and that's okay. Again, it's a continual adjustment for this stuff, and I've got no problems taking the inputs. Kevin, don't miss a meal on my part. Get in there and get you something to eat. But it's really hard to pull yourself from radio when you have a good one. So I certainly understand that. Hey, enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you for being out there, and thank for your support there on the channel as well. And I know we'll have a chance to talk again. Kilo 9, Kilo Romeo Alpha, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks, Kevin.
Take care. Take care. We'll see you later, Randy.
All right, sounds good, brother. It's K0 RWB QRZ. Any other stations, come with your call, please.
Kilo November 4, Lima Fox Charlie.
Kilo November 4, Lima Foxtrot Charlie. Raymond Ray, good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Well, that was quick, Randy. I feel real good. How you doing?
Well, again, I'd like to think if I type it in right that the logger does pretty good about pulling them up. Now, I may say the name wrong or what have you, but I'd like to say that I'm on top of things. We're having a great time so far this evening. As soon as I say that, I'll have an internet issue again, but so far it's been holding pretty good for the last 40 minutes. I hope it continues. First contact into Florida tonight, so nice to hear you out there. Sound really good in my receive.
Yeah, Randy, I've been listening to you for about a half an hour. I missed a couple opportunities to get in there, and you've been over 5 times the whole time, so as everybody else that I've been listening to. But I was looking at, in the meantime, I was looking at I was looking up Bait City, a little information about that. What piqued my interest was your QSL card there you got on there, Ernest.
Oh, yeah, that's looking out my back door. That's the scene out my back door. You understand that, right?
Absolutely. That really, I was like, where in the world is there water like that in Missouri? And I'm looking around. I realized it's because I got to get one of those. I'm going to send you. I hope you mail QSL cards. I'm going to send you one of mine. My daughter did the artwork on it when she was about 9 years old. 10, and it's a pretty neat little card. I'd like to get one more.
Well, we had just got some in about 10 days ago that we had ordered from a company in California. So we do have some on hand now, and if you want to send one out, we'd be happy to send one back to you. I see the nice one on your page as well. Actually, that's really cool, believe it or not. If that's what you're using for a card, I think that's really quite unique. That I would certainly hang on to that. And if I think you said your daughter drew that, then you've got an artist in the family. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she did the little guy at the radio, and I did the lettering, and I like this card, and I sure do like to get other cards from other places too. Well, you've been a very interesting fellow online, having quite a bunch of good conversations. I won't hold you up too long. I notice your town is small, population-wise, and looks like you kind of out in the country a little bit, and looks like you got a nice town there.
Well, they say home's where you hang your hat, and this is kind of where we ended up. It is a relatively small town. There's an exit ramp off of the interstate that has a stop sign that you don't need to. We don't really get that much traffic. People in the area, even in the metro, know of the town because of there's a barbecue restaurant in town here that a couple of 3 or 4 years back had done really well in some contests. It's called Bait City Barbecue. And so I guess that's kind of how it got a little bit of notoriety. But again, when we used to work in downtown, 35 miles in, 35 miles out, so we could get into town and get back out in the country fairly easy, and we kind of like that. We're less than a mile from the interstate, so we can zip right up onto the interstate and do what you have to and get back out. So location-wise, it's great. Are there better places? There probably are, but for now, this works out real well for us.
Very nice. Yeah, when I put in the city, that's the first thing that pops up is your barbecue place there. And this little town I'm in, I'm St. Augustine address, but we're about 35 minutes from the old town, west of the old town, over by the St. Johns River. a little place called Orangedale, but we have a St. Augustine address because we don't have a post office here. But it's pretty good. It's not a bad trip over there, and this is a small little area, kind of out in the woods. But man, they are building here in St. Johns County, Florida. It's so crazy. I think it's the most. They're building more here than anywhere else in the country right now.
Yeah, it seems like that's happening a little bit everywhere, and it's unfortunate. In some cases, I believe, as you move farther out or build farther out, the other properties just go to waste, and they just kind of get left in the dust. I kind of hate to see that, but I don't see anybody or any of the developers asking my opinion, so it is what it is. But yeah, we spent some time in the area there. We used to live up in Valdosta, Georgia, but I've spent quite a little time in northern part of Florida. We've been to Orange Park quite a little bit, Fleming Island, Asbury Lake, Middleburg, over in St. John's. Love the St. John's River. Like to do some fishing there. So a pretty good idea where you're at, and always did like it down there. Again, you get that nice country feel once you get out of Orange Park and start heading south. And of course, anytime you can get on the water is always a good day for me.
Yeah, right on, Randy. Well, coincidentally, tomorrow is what they call Boaters Skip Day, and at various sandbars throughout the St. John's River area, there'll be a whole bunch of boats and a whole bunch of wild stuff going on, but I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. They do something like that down here as well. We've got Table Rock Lake, Lake of the Ozarks, which are big fisheries. Lake of the Ozarks, not uncommon to see the 30, 40, even 50-foot cabin cruisers out on the lake. And of course, they have different parts of the lake that are designated as party coves and so forth. And they did some things over Memorial Day weekend to get the summer kicked off, and then they'll do everything. They do something a little bit different each weekend, different parts of the lake. But you want to get off the water after 10 o'clock, and then big cruisers show up. They don't have white caps. They have the big, giant 4-foot rollers, and you don't want to hit one of those sideways when you're going down the lake.
Oh, no. Not in a smaller vessel, that's for sure. Yeah, that could make it pretty wet. Well, I tried to send you a QRZ confirmation. I guess you're not on QRZ, but anyway, I'll send you a card, and I look forward to getting one in return. I don't want to hold you up too long, but I really do appreciate you coming back to me, and I enjoyed talking to you, and I look forward to our next Tuesday down the line.
No, a pleasure's all mine. I appreciate it. Nice to hear you out there, and again, we try to work stations and we can pull the calls out. I never did say I was great at pileups. We do try to work the best we can, and so I know sometimes we miss them. Some people are persistent and very patient, and able to get in there as well. But I'm glad we had a chance to talk this evening, and I hope we'll have a chance to talk again. The signal is really good, so I don't see why we wouldn't. We do seem to get into Florida pretty good. Georgia the same way. The Carolinas, Virginia. I don't know what it is, the Eastern Seaboard. We always seem to do pretty well. Maybe the dipole is set up in a great configuration. But hey, thanks again for giving us a call this evening. And like I said, I'd be happy to send you a card back. We just got these made not long ago, so we will be happy to do that as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Raymond, and by all means, give us a call again. We should be out here even tomorrow night as well. So, Kilo November 4, Lima Foxtrot Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s.
Okay, Randy, do you tend to lean towards this frequency?
Well, it's 40 meters. I don't have a particular frequency. I just try to find an open spot that doesn't interfere with any other stations and call CQ. Sometimes it's around here. Sometimes it's around 223, 225, wherever there's an open spot, but it's generally on 40 meters. One way that you can really kind of narrow it down is if you subscribe and like the channel and hit that little notification bell, then you'll know when I go live, and then you can kind of see it on the YouTube. But otherwise, we're generally here on 40 meters.
Okay, Randy, I'll do that. All right, man. Thanks a lot. God bless you and your family, and y'all stay safe and healthy over there in Missouri, and I'll talk to you in the near future.
All right, thanks again. Take care. A Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Is there any other stations? Come with your call, please. K0 RWB, QRZ, any other stations? Come with your call. There's a Whiskey Bravo 7 Victor question mark. Well, you're right at my noise level. Give me the suffix. I got the Whiskey Bravo 7. Give me the suffix. Well, I'm trying. I swear I am. Whiskey Bravo 7 Victor November. Whiskey Bravo 7 Victor November Lima. Okay, boy, I got a sweat over that one. I worked that one there pretty hard. Well, I do appreciate it. Thank you for giving us a call. The name here is Randy. The QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead. Yeah, I copy. You're up in Cheyenne. Is it Rayburn? Is that the name there? Go ahead. Oh, well, terrific. Well, thank you. Thank you for giving us a call this evening. That's a contact I have not made into Cheyenne. We've made a few in Wyoming from time to time, but I do not recall a contact into Cheyenne. It used to not live too far from there, down in Fort Collins, Colorado. There, Roger. Yeah, it's a pretty easy drive up 25. We always enjoyed the drive. It didn't seem to take very long to get up to the Wyoming border, and of course not much farther to get into Cheyenne. We've also got family up in Laramie, so we spent a little bit of time up there. We always like going up to Cheyenne for the Frontier Days there, Roger. Well, I'm trying to remember. Is it the last weekend or the last week of July, or is it in August? I can't remember when they have the rodeo. Yeah, okay, the last weekend of July. Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember exactly when. It's been several years since we've been out there for that. I know in years past when we lived in the area, it was a really easy drive up there, and always enjoyed it. Of course, we drove up for the day and then drove back up the next day and drove back, and never had a place to stay up there. But we always did enjoy it. Always a lot of fun, relatively inexpensive, and then spend some time in the Midway taking a show. It was always a great time there, Roger. Raymond, I want to get your signal report real quick so we can count the contact. I've got you sitting here about 5 and 5. You're just a little above the noise level, but we've got a signal report of you about 5 and 5 there. Go ahead. Well, I copy the 5 and 7. Yeah, again, first contact in the Wyoming tonight. First one that's actually on the on my left, west of me. So we do thank you for that. We do try to be out here about 7 o'clock Central here during the week here on 40 meters. Hopefully you'll give us a call again. Maybe we'd have a little bit better conditions between us, but I'm counting that as a contact in my book there, Roger.
QSL on that, but copy 5-9er.
I'll even take the 5-9, no problem. I mean, that last go-round put you up to 5 and 7, so we're going to put that one in the log as well. So maybe the band is starting to get a little bit better, your area there, Roger.
We hope so, but getting a lot of noise right now, a lot of QRN, heavy QRN coming in.
Yeah, we've got the same thing in our end. We've got just about S4 and S5 noise level. And it's just kind of how 40 meters is at my in my location, but we've learned to deal with it and to work around it there, Roger. Well, thank you very much, Rayburn, for giving us a call, and it was well worth working for that call. I'll tell you that. Did enjoy it very much. Hope to hear you again. Maybe we'll have a little bit better conditions, but contacts are contacts. You and yours, be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Whiskey Bravo 7, Victor November Lima. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. 7-3s. Okay, we'll be clear with Rayburn K0, RWB, QRZ. Any other stations come with your call, please?
Kilo Alpha 4, Oscar Charlie Oscar.
The Oscar Charlie Oscar, standby 1. There's a Kilo Alpha 4 station.
Kilo Alpha 4, Victor November Kilo. Evening, Randy. Name here is Robert.
Hey, Robert, got you there that time. Hey, thanks for giving us a call this evening. We're going, where are we at here? Oh, just west of Parkersburg. Okay. Well, great signal. We're going from Wyoming back to the east side again. Boy, nice to see the band is open this night there. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you sound fantastic here. I'm in southeast Ohio, across the river from Parkersburg, West Virginia. A little town called Colville, and your 5.9 plus just sound absolutely fantastic tonight.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but we'll let the equipment do it. I'm glad to see that the antenna is doing the job. You know, when those high-priced 40-meter dipoles, you spend big money for those things. So I'm glad to see it's doing its thing there, and we'll let the other equipment kind of work in a support role. But yeah, it's when it works, and when it doesn't, forget it. But we've been pretty lucky so far. At least the last 2 nights, the bands have been really good shape, and everybody's had really great signals. So I'm hoping it continues to be that way. There, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a fun time right now. I'm set here and about 80 watts out of my YouTube, so doing pretty good. I'm glad to be making it in there. I want to thank you. Hello, enjoyed listening to you, and really appreciate you being on tonight.
Well, I appreciate it as well. Again, we kind of do this for a couple hours in the evenings here on 40 meters. We're also streaming this live on YouTube, and that's a little additional, little added dimension, I guess, of ham radio, because we don't get that much of an opportunity to hear ourselves on the air, and this allows us to do that. I didn't invent this, didn't start it, but I had some help getting it going here. So we've got our YouTube channel, and we've got this streaming live, and of course it's also recording. So it's kind of fun to be able to do that. And we've got it set up so we've got signal strength meter, audio scope, audio spectrum. You can kind of look at your wave pattern and so forth. It's kind of a neat deal. So again, making contacts is really the bottom line. Have fun. Hopefully share some information, a couple of good stories in the process there, Roger.
Well, I know you got to pick up. Again, good talking to you, and have a great evening, and 7-3.
Well, Robert, I appreciate it very much, and I hope you'll hope you'll take the time to come back again in another night or two, or whenever you hear us out there. We would certainly enjoy it, kind of pick it up where we left off. But again, that's one thing I do like about 40 meters. You know, you can work coast to coast, but there's a lot of great operators, you know, here in the Midwest area, and that's what we enjoy as well. So you and yours be safe, and thank you again for the contact. Look forward to many more as well. Kilo Alpha 4, Victor, November, Kilo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Robert, 73s. Okay, K0 RWB, QRZ, any other stations come with your call, please?
Whiskey by Charlie Juliet Alpha.
Well, I almost missed the one here a while ago. A station ending Oscar Charlie Oscar. If you're still there, give me your complete call, if you would, please. The other station earlier ending in Oscar Charlie Oscar. Can I get your complete call, please? Yeah, nothing heard. I'm sorry about that. QRZ, any other stations come with your call? K0 RWB QRZ, any stations anywhere come with your call, please? Yeah, you're down on my noise there. We're going to try to pull this one out. I think I heard Kilo Oscar 4 Echo question mark. Yeah, I'll try it one more time. Was it a Kilo Oscar 4? Let's try it that way. Kilo Oscar 4 station. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to pull you out of the noise there. I apologize that my noise level is up a little bit, but I can hear you out there, but I'm just not able to make out the call. If you want to stand by a few and try it again, be more than happy to try it again, but just cannot pull the call out. We do apologize. We'll try it again in a few there. QRZ, K0, RWB, any other stations?
Kilo Delta 9, Fox Alpha Papa.
Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot Alpha Papa. Robert, Bob, how you doing this evening?
Well, very good, Randy. Thanks, and I hope you're doing well. Just settling in. Going to have tomorrow off. Maybe a few little chores, but we got them cicada little crawling around this neighborhood making all kinds of noise, Roger.
My gosh, isn't that a little early in the year for those things?
Well, this is a 1 in a 17-year glitzer coming up. I think it's 4 to 6 weeks, but it's amazing just to see them pop up out of the grass. But they're singing away, doing their little call.
Oh man, we usually get that around here, you know, second, third week of August for a few weeks. Boy, that's really I'm just dumbfounded. Here it is in June. Of course, I will say we've had a very interesting 6 months weather-wise so far. So I guess that would not be out of the question.
No, that's it. And that's as I said. You normally hear the summertime, late summertime. I know what you're talking about, but this is once in the blue moons when they come in. But my goodness gracious, it just seems like they said in 1 square mile there could be 1 million of them. Roger.
Wow. Well, you know, that just means food for somebody, or a bunch of them. I don't know what, I'm sure a few birds would like to have that as well, but, I don't know if I really mind the noise as much as I do. I don't like having the leftover shells all over the trees.
Yeah, that's, you're exactly right. And I mean, for this, that's a big push, for the 4 to 6 weeks. My wife doesn't want to cut the grass, along the fence line, along the house. That's what it is. It's all the shells. But you're sounding good. I'm glad I kind of caught you guys. I was kind of listening to you once in a while, but just wanted to surely jump in and say hello.
Well, I'm glad you did, and you've got a great signal here in my receive. You're good, solid 5 and 9. Of course, we don't run any preamp or anything, so we take it for what it's worth. The audio was good as well. Again, I think I have to attribute a lot of that just to the band and 40 meters. Here lately, it's been open for me anyway, coast to coast. It's been open a little bit longer. I wish we had more time to spend in the evenings. We just don't. But it's really nice to see that the band is open. I'd like to think maybe that Sun Cycle 25 is open a little bit, and it's going to make ham radio really interesting so far.
hope to shut down at the salt mine, retire in the next year to two, and surely spend a little more time just running barefoot with a water sloper in the yard. But I don't know if I'm going to do a little vertical. Don't have a lot of ground, but I hope to do a few more little antenna modifications, changes, or what in the near future. But do enjoy jumping on and hearing people and making a few QSOs.
Oh, no doubt. Tell me about the rig and the mic, because the audio's just got a really nice little punch to it. It's not overdriven, and it's not a hot mic, but boy, I tell you, it's really piercing. I'm just curious what you've got there as a setup.
Well, thank you much. And actually, and I have to kind of do a little research on this little desk mic that I got. It was it's kind of like a modified homemade brood from, I think it's, I don't know if it's KO. I'm not sure who it is. I'll have to do some more research on that, Randy. I'm sorry. But he sells them on eBay, basically, small little desk mic for any radio, and just the FT2000.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, again, it sounds really good. Of course, there's a little noise on the band, unless you're 20 over, it's probably not gonna, you're not gonna get away from it. But it doesn't impede your signal or your audio, and that's what kind of struck me, especially here in my headphones. I was just really interested to know what it is, and it really is amazing that there's all this different technology out there, and different microphones and combinations of mics and radios, and equalizers in between, just how well people sound. And when I hear it in my receive, I always like to comment on it.
Well, that's really good to know, because the best I can do, I try to, work a little bit of the EQ settings in the radio with a pair of headphones on, but obviously for what I'm hearing is obviously going to be different from what we're hearing out there. But it's good to know. At least I'm intangible or intelligible, however you want to say it. But do hope to be able to get out and people hear me.
Yeah, I like to say audible, and that time you're 10 over, so it's getting better and better. Well, another reason I mention that is that we're also doing a live stream here on YouTube. So it's our QSO is live, but it's also being recorded. So if you'd be interested in listening to our QSO, actually hear how you sound on the air, not through headphones or a second receiver, but actually on the air through YouTube. You can go to my channel one of two ways. You can go to my QRZ page, and I have a link. You can click on that, look for the most current video. It should say live, or you can go right to YouTube, go in the search bar, and type in my call, K0RWB as well. You get a chance to give a look and a listen. Again, what I do on the display is there's a signal strength meter, there's an audio scope, and an audio spectrum. So again, you can kind of see where your peaks and valleys are at on your audio as well. Maybe it's something might be worthwhile for you to take a listen to there, Roger.
Oh, Roger. Will do, Randy. I think I'm going to jump in there and see what I can see with it. But, in the meantime, carry on, see who else you can grab. Great to make the QSO, and stay safe. Look forward to some warmer days and some good radio traffic. Roger?
You bet. I appreciate you taking the time to give us the call. Yeah, it sounds really good. Again, your signal has really come up from when you first called, so I'm glad to see that maybe the band is starting to get a little stronger as well. Hey, you and yours be safe and be well, and we do appreciate you taking the time to call us this evening. Hope you'll have an opportunity to stop in again sometime and give us a call. We'd certainly enjoy it, kind of pick it up where we left off. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll say 7-3. Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot Alpha Papa, a Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s.
All right, Randy, thank you much the same. And then you yourself, you're 5'9". You're sounding good here, too. Kilo 0, Ralph Whiskey Bravo, Kilo Delta 9, Fox Alpha Papa. Good evening.
Okay, take care, 7-3s. A Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please. The Uniform Tango Victor station again, please.
November 3, Uniform Tango Victor.
November 3, UTV. Hey, Keith, how are you this evening?
Doing well. Just this evening, have a speaker put up the band, heard you, very fine signal. I'm interested in the conversation there, so I thought I'd give it a try there. Back to you. This is M3 UTV.
Well, I tell you, you've got a great signal here in my receive. It's bouncing between 5.85 and 9. A little noise on the band, but that's usually kind of it is for me here on 40 meters. But no, you sound very good in my receive.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you for that good report. Well, also, you have a very fine 5.9 signal on this end. Let's see, peaking at about 20 over here. And as you feel, obviously, I think you went to my QRZ page. We're in Clinton, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. Back to you. This is N3 UTV.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I've got your page pulled up right now, taking a look at it. That's a pretty slick setup you've got there. You didn't put this together in 5 minutes, that's for sure. Anytime you crack open a case, whether it's an amplifier, a tuner, or radio, boy, I'm in trouble. So I leave that to the professionals. It's really interesting. I don't know if you took those pictures or what, but it's amazing what can happen when something goes horribly wrong there, Roger.
Yeah, that's not actually. That's kind of wishful thinking on a. I was playing around about amplifiers and size and power and so forth, and I came across that picture, found it very interesting, so I just put it in there, kind of joking around, kind of tongue in cheek there. That's not really what's happening. Back to you in 3 UTV.
Yeah, very good, and I like the way you put your card together. It's really interesting. I didn't realize that the folks there at the Capitol were in the ham radio, but I have to take a look at that. Maybe I can make contact with those guys. It looks like they've got a great tower on that on the picture there as well.
Yeah, with the roller and all. Yeah, that's just having some fun there. Because originally I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. Like I said, about 10 miles outside now. But yeah, that'll be a great thing. A bunch of hammers up on the hill there. Nice to you.
Yeah, well, as soon as I said that, I go, wait a second, they're supposed to be working. They're not supposed to be on the air. Right? They should do that on their own time in the evening. But no, that's really cute though. It's kind of cool how you put that together. I'm sure that I'm sure you get quite a few requests for that. So pretty cool. My friend Todd, who's on the live chat, he even said that what a great card. So Keith, we're doing a live stream here on YouTube as well, and we've got people on a live chat. So I pulled your page up and put it up there as well. So again, it's a really nice display setup you've got there. So you got people out there in YouTube that like your card as well.
Yeah, well, got me blushing here on this end. Got me blushing. I certainly appreciate it. Taking a call there. I know you got a lot of people standing by. I heard a lot of calls in there as I was trying to sneak in there, so I'm not going to hold it, but I certainly appreciate the QSO, and maybe I'll catch you again. This is N3.
Well, terrific. Tell me real quick, are you on the 3000 or the 740?
That's the 3000. This is the 3000.
Yeah, it's a terrific radio, isn't it? I've really almost pulled the trigger twice on that radio. And one was new and one was used, and we stayed in the family with Yaesu, but went with the new FTDX10, which I'm not second guessing it. It's in California. After 2.5 months, it stopped wanting to transmit any power. So, but the 3000s just keep on working and working. So, I'd like to think I made the right choice, but sometimes you just never know. So. But it is nice to have a backup rig so we can stay on the air. So, well, I'm glad you got a chance to get in. Again, I try to pull the calls out the best I can. Never did say I was great at pile-ups. We try to be, very respectful of everybody's time. We don't do 5.9 QRZ. We don't do 15, 20-minute QSOs. We try to find, time in between there, Keith. So we're glad we did get a chance to connect tonight. Hopefully we will again. We try to do this at 7 o'clock Central Time during the evenings here in the week. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. Nice to have a chance to work you out of Clinton, Maryland. Nice to have you in Maryland. That's a first contact tonight as well. So you and yours, be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Look forward to working you again. Thank you so much. November 3, Uniform Tango Victor, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Keith. 7-3.
7-3.
Okay, K0 RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Victor Alpha 3, Echo Juliet Tango.
Okay, I got part of that. Victor Alpha 3, was it Juliet something Tango?
Alpha 3 Echo Juliet Tango.
Well, I was getting close. I was working on it. Hey, thank you, Ed, for giving us a call this evening. First one up into Canada. You sound very good in my receive there. Go ahead.
QSL, you are
WR59 into Eastern Ontario with a very strong signal, over.
Well, you are as well. Again, I'd like to think that the band is holding together pretty well. Certain areas are getting a little stronger than maybe some of the other ones. It was almost kind of like last night. A little bit more noise for me tonight, but last night we were coast to coast and a few contacts into Canada as well. And so far it's been like that this evening. So nice to see that we've got a few contacts and everybody's got great signals and good audio, and no exception there. Go ahead.
Well, I think it's the band. I'm just running an ICOM 7300 also barefoot with an inverted dipole up about 35 feet or 40, 20, and 10 meter. It seems to be working pretty good, right?
Yeah, it does. Again, I've had this conversation many times, and we even did an informal poll a month or so ago of just how many operators that we were making contact with that were basic 100 watts in a wire, and it's about 80%, which is really phenomenal. It just tells you really how good the antennas and equipment is today. And of course the band has a lot to contribute as well, but it's really nice to hear really semi-simple operations, barefoot in a wire basically, and sound that good. So very cool. 7300 always does seem to sound pretty good out of the box. I know you can tweak them to make them sound better as well. So I'm glad we got a chance to work tonight there, Roger.
Yes, that's great. Yeah, ICOM 7300. That has to be the best introductory radio anybody can buy for the money. Beautiful radio. I've had it for about 6 months. I still don't know everything that's in there, but enjoying it very much, over.
Yeah, that's what we're on now currently. This is our backup rig. We have our primary rig's in California on repair. It's Yaesu FTDX10. So luckily we have this as a fallback. Not a bad radio to fall back on, I will say. It does service quite well. A couple of features that we wish it did have, but that's why it's ICOM and not a different brand. But we get around those. But again, you could do a lot worse. That's for sure. It is. It's a great price point entry level radio. I think it would take some time to probably outgrow it because of the features that it does have in it already. And the price is also very attractive. So there's really not a downside for somebody wanting to get in the ham radio and picking this radio there, Roger.
Oh, Roger, I totally agree. Yeah, great backup radio. Well, I'll say 7-3, and thank you for taking my call. You have a pile up there trying to get through, and I'll let you get some more contacts. But thank you for taking my call.
No, I appreciate it very much, Ed, and thank you for taking the time to give us a call this evening. Hope we have a chance to work again. Again, we try to be out here during the week about 7 o'clock Central Time for a few hours. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. Always like to have a chance to work to some stations up in the Canada, Ottawa area and so forth. Always nice to hear you guys up there as well. I'll say 7-3 tonight. You and yours be safe and be well. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Juliet Tango, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. 7-3s.
Kilowatt 0. Bravo, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Juliet Tango. Thank you. 7-3.
You bet. Take care. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ, and interstations. Come with the call, please.
November 3, Lima Oscar United.
November 3 station. Try it again, please.
Yeah, good evening. November 3, Lima Oscar United.
Okay, got you that time. November 3, Lima Oscar United. Good evening. Thanks for giving us a call. The name here is Randy, QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri.
Yes, sir, Randy. Good evening time to you and yours. Good to make your acquaintance. And you have a booming 59+10 signal into Dover, Delaware.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's the first contact into Delaware that I can remember in a long time. We usually get into the eastern seaboard up to maybe the New York area and then down to Florida. But boy, the upper New England states, as they call them, I guess, that's unusual, but sounds very good in my receive. Thank you so much for the call.
Thank you very much for picking me up. Pretty sure there's other stations out there that want to work as well. Randy, thank you very much for the info, and 73, we'll catch you down the log from N3.
Hey, very, very fine. And I just pulled your page up as well. Hey, very nice setup on your page, by the way. It's amazing some of the pages that people put together in the time frame that they do. So I just wanted to comment on that. Looks very, very nice, very well put together. It kind of makes me feel a little jealous. But hey, listen, you be safe and be well. Thank you for the call. Just south, I think it's just south of Dover, but it's still Delaware. Gosh, I don't get there very often at all. You made my night. Louis, appreciate that very much, and look forward to having a chance to work again. November 3, Lima Oscar uniform, a Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. 7 trees.
November 2, Juliet Kilo Alpha.
Okay, Louis, thanks again. This Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations come with your call?
November 2, Juliet Kilo Alpha.
The station ending Alpha. I'm trying to pull you out, but you're driving it just a little hard. You're a little garbled.
Roger, Roger. Somebody's walking on your signal. It's November 2, Juliet Kilo Alpha. Juliet Kilo Alpha.
Yeah, I got you that time. November 2, Juliet Kilo Alpha. Hey, John, thank you for the call. Yeah, you just never know what you're going to get here on 40 meters, but you sound a lot better that time there. Go ahead.
Appreciate it. I got you at 59 plus 10 here in Maryland.
Oh, terrific. Hey, another contact in the Maryland. That's I think that's 2 tonight. First contact was right just about an hour and a half ago, so nice to hear another station out of Maryland. Guy, I tell you, the seaboard, eastern seaboard tonight, you guys have just been terrific out there. Nice to see that the band has been open really well. Everybody's got some great signals as well there. Go ahead.
Yes, that's true, because 20 meters is horrible tonight.
Well, you know, I was wondering about that. I made a quick contact with a friend of mine down south of Miami just before 7 o'clock Central, and we had a really good QSO and good signal, and I noticed a little bit of activity on the waterfall. I'm just kind of curious how 20 was, but apparently you said it's not in very good shape.
It was better earlier when I was on, but I was just doing before I got back on 40, and it was a lot of interference, a lot of people walking on top of each other.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, you hate to see that happen. You know, we're all just trying to do our thing, and sometimes it's not on purpose because you don't know, you know, you can't hear stuff on the other end. I've had stations from time to time, and I've been sitting here for an hour or so calling CQ because I guess they can't hear me or something. But you know, it's just one of those things. You work through it. You know, I think as the bands stay open longer, and we're getting, you know, more into summer and so forth, I think there's a lot more operators out there as well. So that could be a little bit of it.
I agree.
But I could be totally wrong, and it could be a few people that probably forgot what the code of contact was with ham radio. I certainly hope not. I don't see that happen here on 40 meters. That's one of the things I like about being here on 40 meters. Not only do we get a chance to work, you know, at your QTH, but we get a lot of stations that are little states that are closer into us. And we've always been really impressed on the operators that seem to be here on 40 meters there, Roger.
Yeah, I think 40 meters is probably my favorite band also.
You know, I didn't think so in years past, but you know, since you know, the January-February time frame, we've just started spending more and more time here on 40. It does seem to be open a little bit longer. It's a little bit long, and it's still short. We make contacts here in state. I've made one last night 6 miles away, but we've made them, you know, into Canada, California, up in the upper Northwest, you know, in the New England states, all the way down into Florida. So that's one thing we do like about 40 meters. You know, it's that old adage with Gump, you never know what you're going to get, but it's still a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Well, what did you guys have some weather that rolled through there last weekend? I thought I heard something about lots of rain and so forth. Hopefully you guys didn't have any flood issues.
We had some heavy rain today. I got a low area in my backyard that kind of became a pond, but it's not very big. There was a tornado watch up northeast of us.
Yeah, you know, I certainly think we all need range from time to time, but I know up until about 2 days ago we had almost 13 days of cloud cover, and it was really, really kind of to wear on you. I felt like we were back in February, March time frame, and a lot of moisture to go with that. I know a lot of the creeks were getting really full, and a lot of the farmers' fields were just saturated. So the last 2 days, at least, we've had a little bit more sunshine, a little bit of wind to kind of dry things out. But we did hear there was, some relatively bad weather over Memorial Day weekend up in your part of the world. So we were really hoping it wasn't to the point where it would move people out of their homes.
Roger. Do you have a lot of flooding in your area because of the river?
If you're up along the Missouri River, and some of those river bottoms, they certainly can. Usually that happens in the spring. We didn't have a really wet spring, so we didn't have any flood issues. A lot of times when the Missouri meets over in St. Louis, where the Mississippi is, that you can have some flood issues on south of that. But we were really fortunate this year. We really didn't have any issues with it.
Well, that's good. Good news.
Yeah, it always makes the news when it happens, and it's unfortunate it does displace some people that are along those river bottoms, and you just kind of hate to see that. Farmers spend money for fertilizer and seed and so forth, and then a flood comes in and wipes it out. It's really unfortunate, but weather-wise, it's been kind of a weird one. Longer cold snaps, and then more rain, and then not the heat yet. We know that's coming, over years past, but we can't do anything about it, so we just kind of work through it and hope for the best. John, go ahead.
Amen to that, brother.
Well, it's just one of those things, but we always wish that it doesn't affect people personally, and if we have those kind of conditions and we have those weathers, that's a nice thing about amateur radio. When other things fail, this thing still works, and that's the cool thing about amateur radio.
Thank God the bands are coming back, the cycle's back now.
Yeah, I think so. I think just in my QTH, it seems to be open a little bit longer, and it's actually gotten longer as well, especially here, 40 meters. Again, we're seeing to get stations, from coast to coast, from the north to the south, in Texas and Alabama and Mississippi, all the way up to the Dakotas and up in Maine and New England states. So, yeah, it's really nice to see it's open. I think a lot of people have been kind of waiting for this. The bands haven't been in the greatest shape the last couple of years, and I think now we've got just a hint, maybe things are starting to turn the corner.
Roger on that.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Again, we really can't control it. We just kind of work it the best we can and hope for the best. But nice to hear that we're getting in out in your part of the world. Again, we don't get into Maryland too much. Actually, had a couple of contacts in the Washington D.C. area, which is really unusual for us, whether it's timing or conditions or what. But lots of good operators out in that part of the world, and people always have really good signals here in my receive, and I'm hoping it continues to be that way. Sure makes the radio a lot more fun.
Yeah, I noticed that the bands have been opening up for me, although with my antenna being, I can't move it, it's an OCS, but I'm getting more into Canada and South America and more in Europe now, where I didn't used to get that like 2 years ago.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, that's really good. It just, again, that just tells you kind of the orientation of how the band is and how it's come along. Yeah, that's South America is really hard for me, especially here on 40 meters. On 20 meters, 17, 15, we can do pretty well. 40 meters, not so much. It seems to work a little bit more continental United States. Haven't worked Alaska or Hawaii on 40 meters yet, but we're hoping that'll come down the line at some point there, Roger.
Yeah, I can't go too much further west than you, although sometimes I can hear calls. I heard a call from Colorado yesterday, but I can't get them.
Yeah, we've had issues like that as well. I've had some stations in Utah and Idaho that just, they sound really, really good, and for some reason, the orientation of my dipole or something, I just I can't make contact, or they can't hear me, or maybe they don't want to talk to me. I don't know which, but we do have an issue with that from time to time as well. We certainly understand what you're dealing with, but I think as the sun cycle moves on, I think the band will start getting better and better. I know I've had several contacts with people that says 10 meters has been doing really well lately, and that's really nice to hear that as well. 10 meters can be a lot of fun. Hey, John, thanks for giving us a call this evening. I do appreciate it very much. We've got just a little bit more time before we have to shut down and see if maybe there might be a few other operators out there, but nice to have a chance to work you this evening. Don't see a contact in my log, so thank you so much for the first one, and hopefully we'll have a chance to work again. I'll say 7-3 to you for now. November 2, Juliet Kilo Alpha, a Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, John. 7-3s. Okay, we'll be clear with John, K0, RWB, QRZ. Any other stations come with your call, please?
Charlie 9, Uniform Lima.
Was it a Kilo Charlie 9 station?
Roger, Kilo Charlie 9, Uniform Lima.
Okay, I thought so. We were just trying to clear that last one. I got just the partial of it. Kilo Charlie 9, Uniform Lima. Curtis, good evening, sir.
Good evening. QTH is over here at Champaign, Illinois. And I'll get your handle here when I pull it up on the log. Around 100 watts to 7300. It's a little antenna. Over here in Illinois, about 84 degrees today. Back to you.
No, terrific. Well, I appreciate it. From Champlain, very nice to hear you. I think it's a second or maybe third contact into Illinois tonight. So, again, the band's long and it's short as well. And to get a little closer in stations, again, that's one thing I like about 40 meters. We're getting contacts just about everywhere, and that kind of worked that way last night as well. So very nice to hear you in there. Again, the name here is Randy. The QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead.
Roger, Randy. Very good. So you got a nice signal up here tonight. I used to live for several years. I lived in Springfield and then also lived in Lake St. Louis, Missouri. So, no Missouri somewhat well. What kind of radio are you running there?
Yeah, this is our backup rig. This is the 7300. I understand there's a few of them out there. We've had this since about the end of January. Our primary rig is in California on repair, Yaesu FTDX10. So we've got a really nice backup radio here. It's working well for us, and just a 40-meter dipole on the side of the tower there. Go ahead.
Roger, real good. Well, I found I got a lesson today on the 7300. I had back before I got tired of it, I ran a lot of FT8. And but I did it through a signal link, and I guess the 7300, you can hook it direct up to your computer and run FT8 just direct through your computer. And so I said, well, I'll see what I have to do. I looked and changed some parameters according to the thing I found on the internet. And then today I decided I probably don't have CW, but I'll see what I can do on some phone. And so I keyed the mic. I had no audio. I fiddled around. Finally got the book out and went in. And there's, if you go into the settings, there's a group called connectors. And that's for the way you connect your radio to whatever. And so anyway, I went in there and I went through and set everything back to default. And now it works fine. So I decided I think I'll just leave things the way they are.
Yeah, there you go. I've a few times I've gotten over my head doing some different settings, and I can't remember how I get back to where I was. So I've done the reset as well, and luckily everything kind of went back to the back or to the front side, so to speak. We did make some settings and saved them to the SD card that we have in the radio, so that does help us as well. But we have gotten into some menus that we didn't mean to in weeks past, and we thought maybe we screwed things up, but we were able to get back out and get back on the air. So certainly understand what you went through there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. KZRWB KC9UL. Well, one thing about it, I don't know if you've ever gotten any of them for your radios, but if you, these little nifty manuals, have you ever had experience with them?
No, I have not.
Well, I'll tell you, it's NIFTY and all the DX Engineering and Ham Radio Outlet and all those guys have them, or you can buy them direct. They're a little manual. They're probably about 3-4 inches wide by about 5 inches long in spiral, and they'll tell you everything you need to really know about operating the basics, and they're by model number. And they are so much easier to figure out than the instruction manuals that the suppliers give that I've got one here on the desk, and I refer to it quite often.
Well, and that's probably the way we all should handle it. I can't speak for others. I know me personally, I'm pulling stuff out of the box as soon as I can, and then I refer back to it later, and that's probably not the way to do it.
Well, I think that's perfectly all right. I mean, most of these radios are not, they're not breakable. You just gotta watch that you don't set something in some menu somewhere that you'll have to hunt for it for a week to find it again.
Yeah, that's the thing I ran in once before, so only again I was really fortunate that I was able to do the reset. Really nice. I'm really glad that the manufacturers put that on their radios. Otherwise, I think I've been in trouble a long time ago.
You go in on YouTube and you can see all these things that these guys put up there, and they twist and they tweak and they do this stuff, and I guess it's all right, but I'm not sure I care exactly how my display looks. I just hope that it gets out and I can contact somebody.
Roger, I understand one as well. We actually are actually live on YouTube right now. I have a YouTube channel, and we're streaming live here on YouTube, Curtis. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Of course, the 7300 does not have an external monitor port, so we're using a third-party software to be able to put on the screen on YouTube. But it actually works pretty well because it allows us to put up an audio scope and an audio spectrum. So not only are you able to see your vocal wave pattern, but you're able to see the spectrum pattern on your signal to see where your highs and lows are at. It is kind of fun to do this. We don't have an opportunity very often to hear ourselves on the air. Not through headphones or a second receiver, but actually what it sounds like on the air. We've been doing it for several months now and having a great time with it there, Roger.
Oh yeah, Roger, that sounds pretty great. I was just wondering, Randy, over in southwest Missouri and where you live, are the Hamfests back and operating?
Well, I looked on the AWR website, and the Shriners, which is usually in March here in Kansas City, has been moved, I think, to August. So I think the first one coming up is in July. I have to go back and look at it again. I know they have a few here in the Kansas City area, and there's one out of Springfield, and there's one just north. But I don't think anything right now, but it looks like later on in the summer.
Yeah, well, they're starting up around here. I saw where we're going to have a couple in the next couple of months. But being quite honest, I don't really need to go to a Hamfest because I've got this radio and that's all I really need. And I'm 75, so I don't need a whole bunch of radios. And I operate a lot of CW. enjoy that. And so anyway, that's pretty much it. But it's good to contact you, Randy. And do you operate any CW?
No, I don't. When we were studying for our ticket back in '08, we were actually we didn't realize that we were studying for ourselves. We were actually helping a neighbor down the road. We're just a couple of old CBers from years ago, and we used to talk every evening. And he said he was interested in maybe getting his ticket. Would I help him study? And I said, sure, be happy to. So we would do a question and answer on 11 meters, and I got to the point where he thought he was doing pretty well. Anyway, we went to a local hamfest, and we both decided to take the test. I took my tech in general. I was so excited about that. I never went back for my extra, and at my age, I think I'm pretty good right here. So even though I know they did away with code, I've looked at it, but lots of other things going on right now. So I'll probably just stay here with the general.
You get that much more in the extra. I finally got it. I got my first license in 1968. So, of course, we had code then, and I learned it. And then I didn't operate, I let my license expire in the late 90s. And in 2011, I got the wild fair and decided to get my license back. And by that time, they had an EDC examiner. So I went in, took the test, passed that, took the general, flunked that, then I went back and took the general again, and then about 2 years later I got the extra. But, what was amazing is that from 1990 to 2011, when I got back on the air, I started using CW, and it's just like riding a bicycle. Once you learn it, you don't forget it. But anyway, listen, I'm going to let you run, Randy, pick up somebody else. But it's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a good week and a good weekend. K0RWB, KC9UL.
Well, I appreciate it very much, Curtis, and the pleasure is all mine. Appreciate you taking the time to give us a call this evening. Hopefully we'll have a chance to talk again. We're usually here 40 meters in the evenings during the week, about 7 o'clock Central for a couple hours. We're coming in close to the top of the hour, so we're going to be shutting down here in a few anyway. But very nice to work you there in Indiana, and hopefully we'll have a chance to work again. I don't know why I said Indiana. My apologies. I meant Illinois. I said Indiana, but I meant Illinois. Well, they're neighbors. That's how it works. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much, and you as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. You and yours be safe and be well, and I know we'll have a chance to work again. Kilo Charlie 9, Uniform Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3s. Okay, sounds great. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Time for one more call. Many other stations, K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ. Okay, you're getting close to the top of the hour anyway. We want to thank everybody who was out there this evening, those folks that were there on YouTube on the live chat. Appreciate everybody's support. This is a Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, QRT.